We are answering the question, how does the internet work? The term internet is a shortened form of the two words interconnected and network. Networks are things that are connected together. They include railway networks, electricity networks like Meralco, and networks of nerve cells found in your brain. A computer network consists of two or more computers linked together so that data can pass between them. In fact, the simplest example of a computer network is just two computers connected with a cable, and by just doubling the setup, by having two pairs of computers connected, you've created an interconnected network, which is a very small version of the internet. In reality, though, the internet is made up of billions of computers and devices all over the world that are all interconnected. Which means that a photo taken on an iPhone in Manila can end up on a computer in Spain just a second or so later. To make this happen, we need three key things. One is a set of rules for how data is received and packaged. Two, an interconnected network where data will be sent. And three, a way to route the data across the internet to the machine that needs to receive it. The set of rules that we use to package and move data around the world using the World Wide Web is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTP, which we usually see at the start of a web address. The first step in the process is the computer or mobile device that is going to transmit the data. For example, the iPhone with a photo in Manila connects to something called the point of presence, or POP, which allows the device to connect to its Internet Service Provider, or ISP. All POPs are connected to network access points, or NAPs. Then these NAPs all over the world are linked together through an ultra-fast connection called the Internet backbones. How is the data actually transmitted? Because it's not practical to send data in one big chunk, your computer chops files into a series of smaller pieces called network packets. These are then packaged, then sent out individually, along with instructions in order for its reassembly or recreation. For example, imagine you're trying to send a huge mosaic to your Lola. Fully constructed, it's too large and too fragile to send. So instead, it is dismantled and each tile is sent individually, along with two bits of critical information: the address where your Lola lives and the instructions for the mosaic's reassembly. Network packets are treated just like the mosaic, but instead of being sent through the mail, it is sent through your ISP's POP, then onto the internet. The address they have on them is called the IP address, which is a unique number, a bit like a postcode, that identifies the computer or device that the packets are being sent to. Each packet is guided through the internet by a series of specialized computers called routers. These routers are equivalent to the staff found in post or sorting offices. They look at each packet of data, read the destination IP address, and make sure that it is placed in the right backbone for its destination. This process is then repeated until all the packets get where it needs to go. And when all the packets are received, they are reassembled to what was sent by the original computer. Most of the internet backbone is made up of high-capacity fiber optic cables that can transmit large amounts of data very rapidly. But for most people, the journey that your data takes across the internet usually begins and ends in copper cables that connect your home or office to your ISP's point of presence. And because these connection speeds on these lines are much slower than in the fiber optic cables, the majority of the delays in downloading or uploading data occur in just a few miles of where your server is sitting. So, if you're a business that requires you to send a speedy response to clients, or if you're sending or receiving large quantities of data over the internet, it's sensible to check regularly for what is available to give you the fastest and best connectivity for you. When it comes to the internet, it pays to be well connected.